What is up, everybody? Welcome back. So today on the Integra, we're going to be installing these energy suspension polyurethane bushings. So you guys can see up here, this is the part number. It's going to be a 22 millimeter. Obviously, if you have anything else other than a GSR and a Type R, it's going to be a 22. GSR and Type Rs are 24 millimeters, and then the rear dinky stock ones are 13 millimeters. So these are part numbers. A lot of people oversee these, but they have to be changed. It's been a while. I don't know when's the last time they changed them. And today we're going to be embarking and changing. All right, so we already got the car jacked up. Jack stands are set, and I also have a shock block in the back as well. Also, reminder, you can use a 2x4. Just pretty much make sure that it's stabilized, and set your e-brake that way, or your parking brake that way. It's not gonna go back on you. A lot of times I like to leave this in here if it's not in the way. That way I have added protection. A lot of people like to slide the tires or just put extra jack stands in there for safe measure. So I might do that because I do have a couple more in there just for peace of mind. 12 millimeter, a bolt and a nut. Make sure you install it back with the arrow facing the end. As you guys can see in here, we're underneath the car. And I'm only going to do one side, and you guys can pretty much duplicate that on the other side. So here we have a 12 millimeter bolt and a nut. We're going to remove that. And then once we remove it, just you guys can see the arrow. Make sure you put it the same way you took it out, with the arrow facing towards the engine. All right, so I stopped the video when I was recording because I don't know, I think it's my lucky day because I was reading. So pretty much I have an LS Integra, which according to my findings, as you guys saw, I should have a 21/22 millimeter front sway bar, because if I'm not mistaken, that the RS, not sure about the GS, but I know the LS, RS, maybe GS should all have the same one if I'm not mistaken. But I believe that the GSR and Type R should be 24, but I have an LS 2000, and this is an automatic chassis. It should have a 22/21 millimeter sway bar, and I have a 24 millimeter sway bar. No. Wait. For a little bit more money than I was expected. So obviously we're not gonna get this done. I have the wrong, well, not wrong, because I bought them for the EG and I had a spare one. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to throw them on the Integra. But whoever had the car previously from me, obviously upgraded this. So my speculations is that I bought this car from a gentleman that did construction. And then he said he bought it off a lady. And I have the car kind of like schedule maintenance like booklet, and it does have the name of the lady in there, but the car was owned after that by, I believe it was CarMax. So my guessing is maybe the original one was damaged or something happened to it and they accidentally put the incorrect size for it. But lucky for me, I got an upgrade. And these sway bars, the 24 millimeters, go for a little bit more money than obviously the 22/21/. So sorry for the video. I started the video, but it looks like it's not going to go anywhere. And my EG here, we have an Integra RS 22 millimeters. So yeah. Let's see if I can show you guys down there. Let's head on down here. I should have lifted it up a little bit higher, but that's okay. Alright, so we are right here, and the reason I knew is because it did not want to fit, so I ended up throwing back the rubber stock one. So let's go ahead and with my veneer caliper measure this real quick. You see? Alright, so here,
stop the cap.
yeah, that's 24. Yes, 24, pretty much 24.
What?
So yeah, I got lucky. I pretty much have a believe GSR. I'm not sure if it's GS or it might be. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but Type R sway bar. So lucky for me, I'm lucky. I got it. So the video had to get paused because I do not have the right bushing size. Apparently, I have myself a 24 millimeter sway bar when I should have a 22 based off my model. So I put back the old rubber one, and I have to order the correct one. So I'll just have to wait. But hey, I am glad that I have a nice upgrade. So it's the next day. Apologize for the fan. It is currently on, so I might mess up because I don't have a microphone on. But we're gonna close out the video and conclude everything that pretty much happened. In the video, I was in the process of installing the energy suspension 22 millimeters in my LS Integra, and then I noticed that somebody already swapped a 24 millimeter sway bar, which is commonly found on the GS, GSRs, and Type R Integras. So I got lucky. Not sure what happened. If it was a previous owner, CarMax, I have no idea. I know that this vehicle is not a GS. It's definitely LS, and not sure why it brought that hidden upgrade where I was not expecting it. Obviously, do have to buy the correct bushings for the sway bar. Those probably will come later in time. I just thought that, since I had it, might as well just use it. But it was a rude awakening because I did not know, and it was a surprise awakening. But other than that, we are slowly doing upgrades, doing some stuff, and I can't be more happy. Alright, so talking about future stuff that I want to do with the car, obviously I want to tackle the suspension system, because other than that, I do have newer upper control arms. Now the lower control arms, they need bushings. Now I looked at maybe possibly buying newer lower control arms, but I don't really want to spend that money. But for the amount of money that I'm going to be spending on buying a 20-ton press, which, I mean, it'll go a long way, I also have to make room for it in this clutter of garage, which kind of sucks. And give or take, to go about $250 in Harbor Freight. That will actually help me out in the future, in the sense of, I can just repair mine by just buying actually bushings, and I'll probably go with the energy bushing ones because they're a lot more easier to squeeze in, and they're just polyurethane, a little bit more stiffer. But other than that, I know my lower control arms need to be replaced. The bushings are shot. My sway bar end-links are shot. Obviously, the bushings on the lower control arms, on the sway bar, they could be questionable. Obviously, you can tell they need replacement. It's been a long time, and I just want to upgrade them, replace them. But the next thing that's going to be pretty much happening is wet time, probably going to be dyno. I'm going to be dynoing pretty soon. So hopefully, that's a lot of money right there. Also, a lot of funds that I have to save up for it, which not easy. But I can't wait. I'm going to put this budget setup to the test. I hope it withstands, and I always get a little skeptical when it comes to when you're doing your own work. Also, when I did everything, and I already did I've already posted it on my community if you guys already went ahead and saw it, but I was having an issue where when I pretty much had the old balance shaft on the K20C3, my AFRs were perfect. Obviously, this is on a base map tune that is provided by K-Pro, and it's an 02 to 04 RSX base. Type S base tune that I currently have on. Kind of like matching about the same thing, because I'm not going to throw a K24. It's definitely not a K24. And it worked beautifully. Granted, I had no power because it's not the correct tune. Obviously, you're not supposed to push it on a base tune. But other than that, the AFRs were spotless. I was constantly at slope metric of 14.7. Once I installed the Type S oil pump, PRB oil pump, I noticed that the AFRs are fluctuating constantly. So it's something that started puzzling me. So I was like, okay, could it be the throttle body? Throttle body. Could it be the throttle body? I recalibrated it a couple times until I found what actually I like, and still no bay. It was still the same thing. I decided to hit up the tuner, which is going to be working on my car, and obviously This one was tuned by Josh Tune. This one will be tuned by, you guys will see later in time, but I'll explain why, the reason and everything like that, why I didn't go with Josh Tune. Why I will not go with Josh Tune this time, unfortunately. But other than that, going back to it, the AFRs were fluctuating, and he told me that it's because the Type S oil pump obviously does not have no drag, no balance shafts, so it spins a lot more freely, creating a little bit more power, requiring the engine to get better airflow. When that happens, obviously the ECU does not know, so it starts compensating for all of that extra air that is taking. I'm pretty sure pressure is going up on the oil a little bit as well, and because all that free up of the balance shafts, and the ECU tries to do its best compensating what the tune it has, and that's what's going on. But yeah, so hopefully we get that squared away. I want to close it out real quick here. Thank you guys for watching. Comment, like, subscribe. It helps me a lot. And please keep coming back for more kswap related content. Catch you guys.